Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's virtual lesson with Miss Basil for our second week back in quarter 4. So I'm going to go over a few rules that we went over last week just so we can jog our brains. So this is for in class and at home. So even if you're at home and using some of these rules will definitely help when following in music class. For this first rule, it's really important for when we're at school. So we're going to be safe. We're going to keep our mask on, stay 6 feet apart from others, and always wash our hands before and after we use instruments or equipment in music class. Our second rule is to be respectful. So in music class, to be respectful, you always need to listen to others while they are speaking. That includes myself and Miss CP, and also our friends who are answering questions or talking in class together. We also need to follow directions the first time and use kind words and actions in class. Our next rule is be responsible. So to be responsible in music class, you need to make sure you try your best, be honest, and be a problem solver. And of course, our last rule in music class is to be musical. To be musical in music class, if I ask you to use a certain voice, like speaking, singing, or whispering, I want you to make sure you follow along and use that certain type of voice I ask you to use. And also, to be musical in music class, we need to be expressive and stay focused. So let's go ahead and get started with today. Before we get to our rhythm echo, we're going to warm up our voices with some sirens. So repeat after me. Woo! Your turn. Woo! Your turn. Go ahead. Woo! Your turn. Your last one. Your turn. Nice job warming up your singing voices. Today, our rhythm echo is going to be very similar to last week's. So let's go ahead. I want you to be my echo, and I want you to repeat after me. Here we go. Do, do, do-day, do. Do, 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 do. Do-day, do-day, do, do. Do, do-day, do-day, do-day. Do-day, 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 do-day. Do, do-day, do-day, do. Very nice echoing. So now it's your turn to make up your own 4-beat pattern with me. So I'm gonna hold up my 4 fingers, and when I point to them, I want you to pick either do or do day for each one. Remember, we don't use do day by itself. So we don't say do and then day. It's always do day only on one finger. So go ahead and pick out your 4-beat pattern. Here you go. And now let's repeat it once more time. Here you go. Very nice. Let's repeat some more patterns from me, and I want you to echo me back. Here we go. Do-day, do, do-day, do. Do, 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 do-day. Do-day, 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 do. Do, do, do-day, do-day. Very nice. We're also going to be doing some tonal pattern echoing. So this is using our mi, re, and do pattern. So let's go over our hand signs before we start. So our first one is do. It's usually right down by our bellies whenever we are using it in person, but since we're online, I'm gonna make sure we're putting it nice and high where we can see it. And then our re is tilted up like it's pointing to the corner of my screen or the corner of my wall. So re is just like this. And then mi is like flat as a table. So it's gonna be right up here, mi flat. So be my echo and follow along. Do, re, mi. Mi, re, do. Re, mi, do. Do, do, mi. Re, mi, do. Thank you. Now this time, instead of 3 of my mi, re, do's, I'm going to use 4 different syllables. So make sure you're watching and paying attention so you can remember. Do, re, mi, do. Mi, re, do. Re, mi, re, do. Mi, do, re. Do, re, mi. Thank you. Good job, everyone. We're going to keep going, and this time we're going to read them with 4 different patterns so you can see the hand signs on my screen. And I'm going to sing them first, and I want you to sing them back to me. Here we go. Do, re, mi, do. Mi, re, do, mi. Mi, re, mi. Re, mi, do, re. Thank you. So for the next ones, I want you to read them by yourself. I'm going to give you the starting note and the starting syllable, and then you finish it out. Here we go. Do, here you go. Re. That one's kind of hard. Let's try that one more time. Re. So that one sounds like re, mi, do, do. Let's keep going. And today we're going to sing our Little Liza Jane song again. So I want you to make sure you're listening to our Little Liza Jane first, just so we can remember. Me first and listening. Do, 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 do. I've got a house in Baltimore, Little Liza Jane. Streetcar runs right by my door, Little Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza, Little Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza, Little Liza Jane. Remember last time we found mi, re, do patterns in this, and there was 2 secret hidden ones. For now, we're going to practice finding our do. Can everyone say do? Do. Let's do that do on a few rhythmic patterns. Follow along and be my echo. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Very nice, thank you. So you can see all of my pink boxes that say do that are after the lines. So I'm gonna sing, and whenever I point to you, you sing our syllable do. Here we go. Do, 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 do. I've got a house in Baltimore, do. Little Liza Jane, do. Streetcar runs right by my door, Little Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza, Little Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza, Little Liza Jane. Very nice. Let's keep going, and this time we're going to put them in different places in our song. This might seem a little harder, so make sure you're watching the screen and watching my hands to be ready to sing. Here we go. Do, 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 do. I've got a house in Baltimore. Do. Little Liza Jane. Streetcars run right by my door. Oh, I messed up. Let's back up just one more time. Let's start at the beginning of the song, making sure we sing do whenever I point to you. Here we go. I've got a house in Baltimore. Little Liza Jane. Streetcar runs right by my door. Little Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza, Little Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza, Little Liza Jane. Okay, friends, we're gonna keep moving forward, but this time I want you to sing part of my Little Liza Jane song with me. So I have on the screen me, me, Ray, do patterns that we found last week in our song. So the first one is right after the word streetcar runs right by my door. And the second one is right after the last "Oh, Eliza." So I'm going to sing it once and put my hand signs in there. And then I'm going to sing it again and put in my me, me, Ray, do words instead of little Liza Jane. So I want you to make sure you're following and listening to hear me, Ray, do. So it's going to sound like this. Me, me, Ray, do in our song. Here we go. Do, 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 do. I've got a house in Baltimore, little Liza Jane. Streetcar runs right by my door, little Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza, little Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza, little Liza Jane. So I did my hand signs where our me, Ray, do patterns are. This time, instead of singing little Liza Jane when we get to our me, Ray, do patterns, I'm going to say me, me, Ray, do. So make sure you're following along and listening with me. Here we go. I've got a house in Baltimore, little Liza Jane. Streetcar runs right by my door, me, me, Ray, do. Oh, Eliza, little Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza, me, me, Ray, do. Let's practice singing me, me, Ray, do before we put it into the song. Here we go. Repeat after me. Me, me, Ray, do, your turn. Let's do it one more time. Here we go. Me, me, Ray, do, your turn. Very nice. So this time I'm going to sing all the words except for the parts where we sing me, me, Ray, do. And when I point to you, that's when you sing our me, me, Ray, do patterns. Remember, we're not singing the little Liza Jane words. We're singing the syllables of me, me, Ray, do. Here we go. I've got a house in Baltimore, little Liza Jane. Streetcars run right by my door. Oh, Eliza, little Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza. Very nice. Let's try that one more time, and I know you can all sing it with me using your hand signs. Here we go. I've got a house in Baltimore, little Liza Jane. Streetcar runs right by my door. Oh, Eliza, little Liza Jane. Oh, Eliza. Very nice, everyone. We're going to keep going with our music lesson today, and we're singing our song, Great Big House in New Orleans. So this song, remember, is about a 40-story high house, and every room in the house is filled with pumpkin pie. So let's go ahead and sing that song again, and I want you to just watch and listen. But first, we're going to keep a steady beat on our shoulders. Here we go. Do, do, do. Great big house in New Orleans, 40 stories high. Every room that I've been in filled with pumpkin pie. Let's switch to our heads this time to keep our steady beat, listening to those words and keeping that steady beat. Here we go. Great big house in New Orleans, 40 stories high. Every room that I've been in filled with pumpkin pie. So now we're going to add some movements for our steady beat instead of just tapping somewhere on our bodies. So go ahead and stand up with me and make sure you're nice and spread out so you're not going to hit or cause any damage to anything. First, we're going to go ahead and march to the steady beat, like stepping almost if you can't march. So we're just stepping to that steady beat. So step along with me while I sing. Here we go. Great big house in New Orleans, 40 stories high. Every room that I've been in filled with pumpkin pie. Very good job. So this time we are going to add in our next movement. If you see that picture on my screen, those are claps. So we are going to clap the steady beat and step to the steady beat at the same time. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Make sure your hands are ready. Here we go. Great big house in New Orleans, 40 stories high. Every room that I've been in filled with pumpkin pie. Very good job. This time, we're going to take away the claps and do snaps. So everyone needs to keep stepping and then snapping together. Let's go ahead and try it one more time. Here we go. Great big house in New Orleans, 40 stories high. Every room that I've been in filled with pumpkin pie. If you can't snap, you can just do a crab hand like this. It's almost like a little clapping with your fingers and your thumbs. So instead of snapping, you can do a crab hand. Let's try that one more time with our snaps. Here we go, stepping and snapping. Great big house in New Orleans, 40 stories high. Every room that I've been in filled with pumpkin pie. This time, I'm going to snap and you're going to clap. So it's going to sound like us together, but one's going to be clapping and one's going to be snapping. Let's try that again. Remember, you're clapping, I'm snapping. Here we go. Great big house in New Orleans, 40 stories high. Every room that I've been in filled with pumpkin pie. Let's go ahead and switch. I clap now, you snap. Or do your crab hands. Here we go. Great big house in New Orleans, 40 stories high. Every room that I've been in filled with pumpkin pie. This time we're going to add something to our feet. Instead of just stepping in the same place, we're going to walk forward 4 times and then backwards 4 times and then do it again. So I'm going to show you what that looks like with our clapping at the same time. So I'm going to walk forward 4 and walk backwards 4. Here we go. Great big house in New Orleans, 40 stories high. Every room that I've been in filled with pumpkin pie. So that means you're walking forward 4 once, walking backwards 4 once, then walking forward 4 once again, and walking backwards 4 once. Let's try it again. For the last time, you get to pick either clapping or snapping, and I'm going to snap along with you. Here we go. Great big house in New Orleans, 40 stories high. Every room that I've been in filled with pumpkin pie. Awesome job, everyone. Go ahead and have a seat. Find me back here. Okay, so next we're going to do a fun game called Poison Pattern. This has to do with clapping different rhythms, just like we do on Do and Do Day. So the first poison pattern looks like this, and it sounds like this. Do day, do, do day. But when we play this game, what you do is you are going to echo after me. So I'm going to do lots of different patterns, but the poison pattern is the one you do not want to clap. So the poison pattern sounds like this again. So it sounds with the syllables do day, do day. But I will not be using my voice this time. So I'm going to go ahead and start our game. Make sure your clappers are ready, and you cannot clap. So if you clap that, you are out of the game and we have to restart. Let's go ahead and try, and I'm going to throw in our poison pattern wherever it is, and if you clap it, you're out. But we'll keep going so everyone can keep playing. So make sure you're listening for, and do not clap that. Here we go. That was our poison pattern. Make sure you didn't clap it. Let's keep going. Another poison pattern. Let's keep going one more time. Here we go. And another poison pattern. Let's pick a different pattern to be our poison pattern this time, and it looks like this, and it sounds like this. So if I said the syllables to that one, it would sound like this. Do, day, do. So that is the one you do not want to clap whenever I'm doing echoes. So make sure you're figuring out that you do not clap. So that is our poison pattern. Let's keep going and start our echoes, making sure not to clap the poison pattern. Here we go. That was our poison pattern. So if you clap that pattern, make sure you're sitting down and listening up for the next one. Here we go. I found another poison pattern for you. If you did the poison pattern, make sure that you continue and don't play it for the next one. This time, I'm going to do a different poison pattern that is not on the screen. And that means you're just going to have to remember what it sounds like. Our poison pattern for this round sounds like this. Listen up. So if I was saying my syllables to that, it would sound like this. Do, do,